হ্যাঁ, অ্যাকচুয়ালি আমার জন্মদিনে অনেকে আমাকে আশীর্বাদ দিচ্ছেন, যারা আমার গুরুজন, আমার পরিবারে আমার গুরু ভাইরা আমাকে ওয়েল উইশেস জানিয়েছে। তো আই এম ভেরি গ্রেটফুল টু অল অফ দেম। তো আমার শুধু একটাই প্রার্থনা, আমি ঠাকুর বলেছেন যে আমি যদি কিছু পাই তাহলে সেরকম ভাবে সঙ্গে সঙ্গে যত শীঘ্রই দেওয়া উচিত। ভাবছি যে if I can offer something to everyone, those who have particularly wished me well, and everyone in general, then perhaps I would be fulfilling my duty. Actually, আমি গুরুজন থেকে এই জন্মদিনে কিছু মেসেজ পেয়েছি, যেটা আমি সবার সাথে আমি শেয়ার করতে চাই। আমার মনে হয় যেহেতু এটা এত ফ্রেশ, সবাই ভালো লাগতে পারে। তো actually, if I may be permitted, I just want to set the scene. Actually, কালকে আমাকে যাজন করার সুযোগ দেওয়া হয়েছে। I was thinking, we all have experiences with Sri Sri Thakur, and we all appreciate that Sri Sri Thakur. We all appreciate that Sri Sri Thakur is with us. In this time of the coronavirus pandemic, I do believe it's all the more important to recognize that Thakur is with us, that we have this strength and that we have this reliance. And in particular, actually, every single person who is on this call, who are joining the e-prayers and the e-Satsangs, I have absolutely no worry for any one of them, any one of you actually. Me personally, it's just my thinking. Each and every one of you are connected with Thakur. Each and every one of you are trying to grow that connection with Thakur. What have you to fear? But I want to highlight the many ways in which Thakur is close to us. And one of those definitely is in the form of Acharya Dev and his sons Gurujon, Pujaniyo Babaida, Pujaniyo Shipaida, Pujaniyo Binkida. So I want to give one example. In the Nath Mandap, Acharya Dev was sitting giving darshan, Babaida was there, Pujaniyo Shipaida was there, Pujaniyo Binkida was there. And one Ritik Dada was sitting cross-legged in front of Acharya Dev. And he was right at the front, and his knees were beginning to ache. And Acharya Dev could sense that. And with all his gorgeous humility, he said straight away, hey, আমার দিকে নজর রাখতে হবে না, তুই comfortably বস. Sit comfortably, you don't have to pay attention to me. So ঋত্বিক দাদা আশ্চর্য হয়ে একটু he froze. আচ্ছা বলছেন, ঠিকই লক্ষ্য করেছেন যে আমার হাত ব্যথা করছেন, তবে কিছু করতে পারছি না। I mean, how can I put my feet out in front of him? That would be a disrespect. That he was frozen in confusion. একদিকে আচার্য বলছেন, এই comfortably বস, একদিকে সম্মানও দিতে হবে, ভেবে উঠতে পারছি না কি করবে। তো বাবা তো অনেকে বললেন, hey, you can put your foot, you can above your knee, but so long as it's under the dhuti and it's covered, then it's still respectful. Baba কিন্তু আস্তে করে বললেন, so that he shows respect to Baba, but also gave the solution then and there to that Ritwik Baba. This is just a small indication as to how one can follow Acharya Dev if you know the right solution and understand exactly what he's trying to say, and you have many options as to how to behave, but there's one that is the best way to behave. And I do believe Gurujan always shows us the very best way to behave. Just in this small situation, I offer that example. But if I just literally listened to Acharya Dev, then that could have disrespected him. But another situation, it was Acharya Dev's Jonmadin. And Acharya Dev was sitting for darshan, everyone was gathered around. And Babaida, Pujaniya Babaida, Pujaniya Shipaida, Pujaniya Binkida, they hadn't yet come. And they all came in a train. So all the Guru Bhais were sitting around. And as is customary, everyone got up as they understood that Babaida was about to enter the Natmundo. They came in, they offered their pranam, and everyone offered the pranam to Acharya Dev as well, and to Babaida, Shipaida, and Binkida. So I thought, I will offer my pranam to Acharya Dev quickly. Technically, I'm offering pranam. Pranam is offered properly when you offer it with sentiment. But I wanted to observe how Pujaniya Babaida offers pranam to Baba, so that I also know how to offer pranam to Babaida in the same way. So I, just like this, like a lightning flash, offered my pranam to Acharya Dev, and I was observing Babaida. I thought at least once, if I offer my pranam in that fashion, then perhaps I have something to learn. What I saw was absolutely phenomenal. Babaida offered the pranam in the same way as every other devotee, but Baba's reaction was almost like a oof, oiragam. I don't know if everyone can see me or everyone can hear me. Oof, oiragam. And the single message or single thing that entered my mind was that line from the Shotanacharan. As if torn by the horns of a ram, the true master can be rent into pieces by real humility. And at that time, I really felt touched that I was, or overwhelmed with what I can't say, but I was overwhelmed that I was able to witness all of that. That I had Acharya Dev that I could offer my pranam to. And I am blissfully happy that I have someone like Babaida or Shipaida or Binkida to show me how to behave with Acharya Dev. I don't know if everyone is familiar with Gurubon Susri Shongitama. She's a Guru Bhai in the UK, Gurubon, sorry, in the UK. One time she was offering Jajan, I can't remember which platform, maybe it was this one or somewhere else. And somewhere in her Jajan, she was saying, I have never seen Sri Sri Thakur in the flesh like many have, but Acharya Dev and Gurujan are like Thakur to me. And I do believe many think in this fashion. I remember distinctly Jeffrey Da saying that when he sat in front of Sri Borda, the first Acharya Dev, that he would just sit and meditate. I remember something else Jeffrey Da said. He said, our Bortaman Acharya Dev, Sri Sri Dada, is completely different to the man I saw so many years ago when I first went to the ashram and I had the chance to talk to him. And in that connection, I remember Babaida telling someone, this is about a couple of years ago, Babaida telling someone, hey, তোর কোনো সেন্স নেই, মানে বকছিল, এই তোর কোনো সেন্স নেই, আমি তোর জন্য নিবেদন করলাম যে বাবা মানে আচার্য দেব আসতে পারে তোর উৎসবে, আর সঙ্গে সঙ্গে তুই বললি যে মানে যেই বললেন, as soon as he agreed, consented to attend, সঙ্গে সঙ্গে অবিন্দার কথা বললে যে অবিন্দা আসলে ভালো হয়, তো কোনো সেন্স নেই, একটু গ্যাপে পরে ভালো হতো, একটু ভেবে দেখ, মানে আচার্যদেব এমনি এমনি ওই স্তরে পৌঁছে গেছে. So I was trying to interpret what Babaida was saying to that Guru Bhai. This was in the graphics office. So Babaida was sitting. And I realized, so what happened was that Guru Bhai in the morning spoke to Babaida. He's saying, I'm organizing a Utsav, and if you can come and make it happen that Baba can also come. Mane Acharya Dev Sri Sri Dada, if he can also attend, that would be immensely blissful to all of us. Obviously, he's saying this in Bengali or Hindi, I don't know. I'm just translating. So later, Babaida did that Nibedan. And as soon as Baba Mata Naralen, Shonge Shonge, Shei Guru Bhai, Bolen, Obinda aste paren. Actually, from the Guru Bhai's point of view, he's thinking, if Acharya comes, if Babaida comes, if Obinda comes, and I have 3 generations of Thakur family. I understood what Babaida was later trying to teach that Guru Bhai. But in some sense, although he had the good sentiment, he was in effect disrespecting or not valuing so much the presence of Acharya Dev. Obinda, yes, he has Thakur's blood. He is Babaida's eldest son. He is definitely far, far all our superior. In fact, Obinda, I feel very lucky. I had the chance to speak to Obinda one-on-one, and in one occasion, he was asking me to do something. He was giving me an instruction even. And I was saying, I might have a bit of trouble doing that. He said, hey, আমি তোর ঋত্বিক, তুই কি বলছিস? Okay. So I accept that Obinda is by far my superior. And he's on the length scales of growth. He is far at the horizon. But at the horizon and who is at beyond the horizon, I don't have the vision or the foresight or the judgment or the ability to see. They're all my superior, and that's as much as I can say. But if Babaida is saying something, then that must be true. তখন আমি বুঝতে পেরেছি যে ক্রমে by immense humility and adherence to, although they're our Gurujan, they also have a master. By adherence to their master, they have advanced. So the man that we now see as Acharya Dev Sri Sri Dada was a man who earned and achieved that position. And Jeffrey Dad saw perhaps the Obinda that we see today. Obinda, on one occasion, offered an opinion in front of Pujanio Shipaida. And Pujanio Shipaida বললেন, না বাবা, তা হয় না। সঙ্গে সঙ্গে, Obinda changed his tune and said the exact opposite. And Pujanio Shipaida said, ha, tai. And I just had ever increasing respect for Obinda in that moment. I didn't pay attention to the fact that Pujanio Shipaida disagreed with Obinda in the first instance. Rather, I was acutely aware of the immense agility of his humility to adjust himself to his master. And this is how what may take us a lifetime to adopt some messages of Sri Sri Thakur in our personality, in our character. This is the mark of someone who is immensely superior, who within a flash, within a click of a finger, he can change his tune and adopt the messages. Just bang, 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 bang. And that's why all the more I had respect for that. And I could understand and put into context what Babaida was saying about Acharya Dev. Uni emni emni shei store poche geche. But at this point, I just want to highlight one message of Sri Sri Thakur's. And it was delivered in English. He said the message assimilated in character is the messenger of the message. So Baba and Gurujan and others before him, Sri Sri Borda, they have all taken Thakur's messages and learned from it and assimilated it into his character, and that's why they are the glowing loudspeaker of Sri Sri Thakur Anukul Chandra. Now at this point, I want to share with you the blessings I consider I received from Pujonio Binkida. He's saying, hey, on your তোর জন্মদিনে আমার এইগুলো আমার মনে এসছে, তোর সাথে আমি শেয়ার করছি. And this is such that I think it is very beneficial if I share this with everyone. If I get a chocolate cake and I devour it all myself, there's one sort of pleasure. And if I share with everyone, then the pleasure is that much greater. So Binkida এটা লিখছেন, what is a prophet? A prophet, there are 4 points. No, wait, actually there's more. There are 7 points, sorry, the message was in. A prophet who unwaveringly sticks to the truth that has been discerned through experiences gathered from keen inquisition, from the confrontation of each conflict, from the environment through analysis and synthesis, with an unadulterated sympathetic love towards whatever exists. Point number 1. Number 2, he never, even if his own existence is endangered, renounces his principles or those who seek shelter unto him. 3, he has no such other personal gain or loss. In every situation, he remains unwavered. His sole object is all-round welfare and well-being of each and every creature. Number 4, he never denies any orthodox principle or dicta that has been followed by people with reverence. Rather, by fulfilling and interpreting according to the time, he makes it befitting. Number 5, he is normally respectful and has a and expresses gratitude as is appropriate towards any and everyone or subject, encompassing to all limits. Number 6, miracles are totally despised by him, yet his normal deed seems to be miraculous to folks. He is absolutely rational and scientific in his ways. Number 7, he is well advanced of his time. These 7 things are what Pujonio Binkida wrote as qualities of a prophet. And as I read through all of this, to me, definitely they all apply to Sri Sri Thakur, but surely also they all apply to Sri Sri Borda. And so too, anyone who has close contact and experience with Acharya Dev Sri Sri Dada, as Ramkinkhoda does, as Ashishta of America does, they'll all tell you all of these things also apply to him. And I go back to my message that the message that I read from where the message assimilated in character is the messenger of the message. All of these reflect the qualities of Acharya Dev, who is reflecting accurately Sri Sri Thakur Anukul Chandra. And this is why I want each and every one of you who I consider the elite of society, who can, in as much as you're all initiated to and have recognized Sri Sri Thakur and are endeavoring to grow your Thakuratva, you too, in a all-inclusive move, can encourage everyone in your environment to be involved in the same. And that's why I do believe it's each and every one of yours responsibility to pay attention to the prayer that Pujanyo Binkida offered to Sri Sri Dada. He said in the YouTube video which shows the song Corona, Corona, Corona. Oje, Corona, 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 e bhul kyun aar Corona. If you look at that video, at the 23 seconds mark, Oikine, if you pause it, Pujanyo Binkida offers a prayer to Acharyadev Sri Sri Dada. And he says, offered at the lotus feet of Acharyadev Sri Sri Dada, ardently beseeching him to enkindle mercy and divine blessings from Lord the Supreme unceasingly upon the entire humanity. This is a prayer to Acharyadev that from Lord the Supreme above, shower mercy and blessings upon the entire humanity. I notice one word in particular, or actually two, ardently beseeching. Ardently beseeching, that indicates a prayer. And why would I have this eager, earnest prayer to Acharyadev if I could also do the same myself? Then it wouldn't be so eager and earnest. I wouldn't be beseeching Acharyadev. Actually, Acharyadev is indispensable if we want mercy and divine blessings from Lord the Supreme. That's what I understand from this. And I encourage every one of you, if Binkida, in the way that I learned from Pujanyo Babaida, the way he offered his pranam to Acharyadev, I learned how I must also offer my pranam to Acharyadev. Similarly, the way Pujanyo Binkida is offering his prayer to Acharyadev, we must also learn to offer the same prayer. And I do worry for people in India where the coronavirus cases are increasing. In Beijing, in Germany, we've seen in a couple of instances where there's been a resurgence. So if we do value our environment, whether initiated or non-initiated, and I'm particularly concerned for those who are non-initiated, if we do value those as our very wealth of environment, as Sri Thakur said, then actually they are in need of our Nishkom prayer. So if I have one request, I want each and every one of you to be aware of all of this. So I hope this is, Jajan is actually about self-development, but hopefully in something that I've said, whether you agree with me or not, that is perhaps put your thinking in a direction that is beneficial to all of us. That I have something to teach, nothing like that. Actually, I genuinely have a wish for everyone's well-being, and I do think each and every one of you attending this e-Satsang, e-prayers, etc., are in a very privileged position to be able to pragmatically do so. So, Joy Guru.